Hello Anime-maniacs, welcome back to our channel. In today's episode, we're going to share with you guys the complete recap of the popular manga series Dr. Stone. The first season of the series ran for 24 episodes, which aired from August 2019 to February 2020, making it one of the most popular animes of its time. So are you ready to have a dose of nostalgia with us while recapitulating this awesome series? So let's get started. The pilot episode of season 1 starts with Taiju Oki, who is going to proclaim his love for Yuzuriha Ogawa, a fellow student after 5 years of obsession. Suddenly, a green light transforms every human on the globe into stone, and nature takes over 3,700 years later. Taiju can rescue himself from his captivity. Yuzuriha catches reunited with her genius friend Senku Ishigami, who had awoken 6 months previously after discovering the tree where he is petrified. Senku attempts to recreate civilization in this stone planet using his scientific knowledge, and Taiju is drawn to assist him to develop a nidal solution out of miracle water made from bat guano that may be able to liberate people from their petrified state. After a year of research and development, the two pals have succeeded in creating an effective revival fluid blend. Senku and Taiju manufacture enough revival fluid to resurrect one person, with Taiju selecting Yuzuriha as the first subject. However, they are suddenly pursued by a pack of ravenous lions, prompting them to resurrect Tsukasa Shishio, the town's strongest fighter, to fight them off. Susaka kills the male lions and skins it to wear as part of his outfit. Senku appoints Taiju with harvesting seashells and grinding them into calcium carbonate as a first step towards establishing civilization, as Tsukasa has proven to be a valuable hunter, supplying sustenance for the trio. Tsukasa, on the other hand, tells Senku that he plans to murder petrified people to establish a world free of corrupt grown-ups, which goes against Senku's principles of awakening everyone. Senku sends Tsukasa away to find the source of the revival fluid, while he and Taiju prepare a batch of revival fluid to finally resurrect Yuzuriha. Senku and the others set out for Hakone in search of scientific weapons to stop Tsukasa's murder rampage, with Yuzuriha finding the great Buddha of Kamakura to act as a landmark. Senku is given the ability to make gunpowder after the trio arrives at a volcanic hot spring. Following Senku's successful batch of gunpowder, which Taiju inadvertently sets ablaze, the gang notices a separate source of smoke in the distance, implying that there are more survivors. Senku decides to light the gunpowder even more to use as a smoke signal, prompting Tsukasa to track him down and kidnap Yuzuriha to get the recipe for the revival fluid. Senku recounts how he gained his passion for science and became friends with Taiju, as he relinquishes the formula to save Yuzuriha and is offered the option of leaving science or dying. Senku prepares to die at Tsukasa's hands, refusing to quit science. Following Tsukasa's apparent murder of Senku, Taiju and Yuzuriha use their gunpowder to set off an explosion that engulfs Tsukasa. They discover a petrified region on Senku's neck after recognizing that he would not just sacrifice himself. Meanwhile, Senku's first steps out of his petrification are depicted in a flashback. Senku is revived in the present thanks to the revival fluid, which makes him interested in the fluid's regenerative powers. Senku sends Taiju and Yuzuriha as spies into Tsukasa's army while he hunts for fresh friends. The flashback continues to show how Senku unpetrifies Taiju. Senku is returned to her village by Kohaku, where he encounters guards Kinro and Ginro, as well as a sorcerer named Chrome. Even though Chrome's sorcery fails to demonstrate his superiority, Senku recognizes Chrome's sorcery as the rudimentary beginning of the Stone World's initial scientific findings. Senku is so impressed with Chrome's progress on his own that he appoints him as his apprentice. Senku tells Chrome about the world that existed 3,700 years ago and chooses to help him produce an antibiotic to save Kohaku's ailing sister, Ruri, after learning that Chrome became a sorcerer to aid Kohaku's sickly sister, Ruri. Senku, Chrome, and Kohaku get supported in their trail for the ingredients. These are required to cook an antibiotic, and a villager named Suika needs them to make it. The gang sends Suika to get information on what the locals want, since they need more people to make iron sand into iron. Senku discovers that food is a common thread among the villagers' desires and uses foxtail millet to make ramen to win them over. Gen Asagiri, a respected wizard from Senku's period, approaches the gang. Senku takes advantage of an unexpected thunderstorm to transform the completed iron into powerful magnets. The gang uses the magnets to construct a power generator, which Kinro and Ginro are persuaded to operate. In the week's episode, Magma attacks Gen, believing he's the sorcerer rather than Senku. After Senku offers to make him a bottle of cola, he provides Tsukasa with a bogus report. Magma defeated Kohaku in a tournament to prevent him from marrying Ruri, Kohaku reveals. Senku produces glass from quartz sand, which he uses to make spectacles for Suika, who is nearsighted. Chrome hires Kaseki, a competent craftsman who can swiftly adapt to the foreign substance because he lacks the abilities required to glass blow usable lab tools. Senku promises to construct Ginro, a silver spear, as part of a perilous expedition to break into their new facility. On the off chance that he dies, the main character Senku offers to teach Chrome everything he knows about science, but Chrome declines and recommends a tag team method. After they have their foundation materials, Senku and the others begin creating the antibiotics at the components. Magma's henchman, Mantle, kidnaps Suika, ties her to a tree, and informs Kohaku that Suika is drowning, prompting Kohaku to flee. Suika provides Kinro with a mask that contains her glass lenses, allowing him to see more clearly and defeat Magma in the Battle of Five Armies. Mantle throws his match against Chrome to disqualify Kohaku for not returning in time. Chrome combines his tears with Suika glasses to create a magnifying lens capable of starting a fire. Ginro is adamant about defeating Senku and becomes the new chief, whom everyone dreads. Ruri says she won't pick a side and will marry whomever wins. Chrome's weapon grazes Ginro's groins, knocking him out just as Senku is about to triumph. The gang finishes the sulfa medication and hands it over to Ruri. When Ruri's sickness is discovered to be pneumonia, the sulfa medication are found to be successful, and Ruri recovers completely. Senku is named the new village leader of Ishigami village. Ruri explains that she learned about Senku's name from a story told by her mother. Senku created an electric suit to help Ruri's father pass his swimming exam, and Ruri's father became an astronaut. Along with Shamil Volkov and Lillian Weinberg, Byakuya travels to the International Space Station. After deducing that the phenomenon began in South America, Byakuya and the others set out to save them. Ruri returns to the present and sends Senku to the local graveyard to deliver Byakuya's final message. Kinro is approached by a troop of Tsukasa's army commanded by a man named Hyoga. Kinro refuses to demolish the village bridge while Hyoga remains on it. Senku persuades Hyoga's group that they have already manufactured weapons, causing them to flee. Suika can entice Hyoga's warriors away from the village, stranding him and Homura above the acid pool's toxic fumes. Hyoga admits that his attack was just a ruse to let his ally Homura set fire to the community. Senku and Ishigami village, inspired by the Kingdom of Science, begin work on a cell phone. Senku makes gold filaments for wiring using a cotton candy machine. Senku obtains inspiration from Suika during a New Year's sunrise and understands that tungsten is the solution. So he sends himself, Chrome, and Magma on a spelunking trip. Senku, Chrome, and Magma are looking for tungsten in the neighboring cave in this narrative. Magma tries to stop Senku from slipping into the sinkhole after encountering a mica vein. Chrome saves them both by pouring water into the sinkhole. Senku orders Chrome and Kaseki to use what they've learned since coming into the community to devise a way of precise high-temperature heating. To finish the remaining duties, everyone divides into groups. Senku brings it all together, resulting in the world's first modded cell phone. Senku advises the locals that complete functionality requires 2 cell phones. Much to their dismay, Ruri tells Senku about one of the 100 tales after testing the cell phone through a wire, alluding to a time capsule sealed in Byakuya's gravestone, a glass record. Byakuya wanted to make a record that will allow him to speak with Senku through millennia. Senku and the villagers can hear the astronauts' voices for the first time since petrification, as well as a song from Lillian thanks to a phonograph he reconstructed. The song motivates the locals to recreate modern-day entertainment. Senku declares a stone war against Tsukasa with the help of the village and his cell phone. Taiju and Yuzuriha wait for Senku to finish his side of the plan, while Yuzuriha keeps Taiju from revealing their identities. Tsukasa and Hyoga prepare for Ishigami village's impending onslaught. So it was season 1 of the Dr. Stone anime series in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed this video. To get more amazing videos and episodes like this, subscribe to the channel and press the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.